Welcome to another online battle with comment. This time, the Greenskins will face up against Empire.
So thank you for tuning in. This time I will show you a match between Greenskin and Empire. But first of all I will say some words to my channel and what I will do in the future. I will go on to make the cinematic games without any comment. Also live streams and live battles. But I will also make some maybe community casts. So if any one of you would like to send me a replay from a match from him or something like that, I will try to cast it. So in fact you can see I'm not the best caster or showmaster or something like that, but it's big fun for me, and yeah, I like it. And if any one of you would like to send me a replay or something like that, please let me know and I will try to cast that. Or yeah, so yeah, let's go to the battle. In this fight I am face up against Empire as Greenskin. In fact, Greenskin is the really hard counter faction against Empire. I know I say that every time, hard counter here, hard counter there, but it is really the very good matchup. You can try it by yourself. Greenskin in general performed really well against Empire. And yeah, let's go to my army composition over here. So I have Wild Orcs. I have a front line with Wild Orcs mixed with Orc Boys in the front. Yeah, I think 2 groups of Wild Orcs and 3 groups of Orc Boys. Directly behind that I have Big Guns. So Big Guns in fact are very strong. I think the second best infantry unit after the Black Orcs. So they will support, the plan is that they support the more squishier front line. Okay, and then I have in the last line I have the rusty arrows on the right side, because they are very good and yeah, they make a lot of damage, also poison damage, and they destroy the armor of the enemy, so they will reduce his armor. On the right side I have this Orc Arrow Boys, so they make not so much damage and nothing special, but if they continue shooting on the enemy, they will also make a lot of damage, and the enemy gets a leadership buff, or it will reduce the leadership of the enemy, so they are good in the last line. And then I have 3 Orc Big Bosses. These guys are really good. I love them because they are really cheap. They cost nearly nothing. I think on the Wolf they cost 400, and on a Spider the costs are 450 or something like that. So nearly nothing for one. I brought them on a Wolf because they are cheaper, but also their speed is higher, I think. So it's higher on a Wolf than on a Spider. And yeah, and they're really good against all big units. Okay, they are so fast, and yeah, the speed is 92, and they can snipe out any the enemy hero, commander, and yeah, they're very good. Then I have Woodsuck on this Warbor, but in a newer version of this build I put him on foot, not on this Warbor, because if he is on this mount, the enemy can snipe him out very easily with Demigryph Knights and also with mages on hippogriffs. So I made some matches where I lost him very fast because the enemy charged in, charge out, charge in, charge out with his flying units, and you cannot really do nothing about that. And when he is on foot, you don't have this problem because he will collapse and fly around, and the enemy has not that much time to kill him. Then I have a Arachnarok spider, not the Arachnarok queen. Yeah, that the reason is because it's cheaper, and yeah, but the Arachnarok is armored and make a lot of armor piercing damage, and I think also, of course, the Arachnarok is the first target for the handgunners, but I think she's very good against that hippogriffs and something like that, so also against every infantry unit. So I think if you take care of her, she can perform really well. Okay, I think that was everything. Oh yeah, I have of course always two groups of Goblin Wolf Riders. Of course they are not so strong, but they are very, very fast, and they make a lot of difference because when I would like to kill his handgunners and something like that, and the mobility is very good. I bring them for the mobility, in fact, so I can sneak behind his backline and something like that. You have to take care of them, because that not realms of the Empire or Demigryph Knights will kill them, but then it will work very well. Yeah, and okay, let's go to my opponent. He has two groups of halberdiers on each side. So halberdiers are very strong against large units, like the Arachnarok spider, but also against cavalry. So I think he brought that unit to take care of cavalry flank in here and here. So yeah, I think that is the reason why he will save each side with the halberdiers. The front line is mixed with swordsman, flagellants, swordsman, flagellants, swordsman, flagellants, swordsman. I think that is good. I think it's a very competitive build overall, because flagellants will perform good against low, not so much armored greenskin units, and also the swordsman. I think they will perform good. And directly behind that, the spearmen. So in fact, the swordsman will perform they will perform better than any other unit. Or with the swordsman, I think that's the best way for a Empire infantry to mix it like that, I think. So the spearmen directly behind that for large units. Lot of handgunners. In my opinion, it's a little bit too much, because it's 4 units handgunners. Maybe he should bring 1 unit more of flagellants or something. Maybe the Tatter Souls, the legendary flagellants, infantry, something like that. I don't know. And in the backline, also a group of spearmen, so he can defend the backline against every cavalry unit. Then his commander is Boris Witterich on a hippogriff, and yeah, he's very strong. He's very heavy armored and makes some armor piercing damage, and yeah, it's in my opinion a good pick. So okay, so let us start over here. As you can see, we positioned our army. And now we charged in over here, and over here. And as you can see, he directly started to shoot on my Arachnarok spider. And I think she will die very fast in this game. So it's not the best opinion to send the Arachnarok spider directly with your front line. Put them behind the front line and then charge in from over there when the fight starts. Yeah, I always make the same with my Wurzak. He's not so squishy on the mount, so you can also go to the melee. But the first thing I do every time is to cast the Foot of Gork. And I don't know if this was an overcast one, but you can see they make a lot of damage, and always I make them always on on handgunners and shooting units, because I don't like it. I don't like constant fire on my front line. You know, Greenskin units are have not so much leadership, and so you have to take care of that you don't get a fire, that the enemy don't fire on you permanently. What I am doing is to shoot with my rusty arrows and with my orc airboys to the handgunners in the backline. And as you can see here, he's now focusing my wolf riders, and I'm always chase with my goblin big bosses. I'm always after his commander, but now they get trapped over here in this group of halberdiers. But I was able to clean up this handgunner unit. I think that was the one with the Foot of Gork. So it's no problem if you can't get through this. You can stay in the back line, and they are also good for chasing out routing units. So you don't have to go in there. With your shooting units, you will clean up the handgunners, or you will try at least to clean them up. So you don't have to be in there with your wolf riders. Don't overcommit a fight, and try to save them. So in fact, I think he noticed that my Wurzak is, he stands alone over here, so he chased him with his Boris Mitterich. This flank on the left side collapsed completely. So the infantry fight works in general very well for Greenskins against the Empire units. I think the only thing Empire can do is to bring great swords, but the great swords are very expensive, so I don't know what's the perfect build for Empire against Greenskin. But yeah, the wild orcs, the big guns, perform really well against the Empire infantry, and you outnumber him. So you can make a huge army, and you have always a lot of more units, like the Empire opponent. So I noticed that he charged in my orc arrowboys, and I chased him with my goblin big bosses and my Wurzak in this case. So also I'm still shooting on his handgunners over here. Yeah, the infantry fight over here is not so good, because I think the combination of swordsman and halberdiers is very strong. Also here he sent a group of halberdiers in, but I chased in with my goblin wolf riders from behind. I know this is not the best thing, because the halberdiers will damage them really heavily, but just for the charge in, it's okay. So as you can see, my goblin big bosses are fighting his Boris Wüterich, and you see he took a lot of damage, almost. And yeah, they are really good. 3 of them will kill every Empire unit, every Empire commander really fast. So I make here we go, and my infantry units get a leadership buff of melee attack plus 58. So in fact, Wurzak is in my opinion very strong, because when you take Wurzak, I think you can take Grimgore or something else also, but you have to bring a Orc Shaman, and this is very expensive, I think. So he combined both things. He's not so good in melee or in fighting, but you already have this this lore, and you have the spells, and yeah, I think that is yeah. So I liked this version, or like it with him. So the handgunners were. I finished up the handgunners with my Wolf Riders in the backline, and my my rusty arrows and my orc arrow boys was firing on this front line, so the front line collapsed. So you have a lot of good a lot of good things you can do with Greenskin. As you can see, the infantry is performing really well. You can see 132 kills, 100 kills, 100, 100, nearly 100, 100. So this combination is really strong. Also, wild orcs, orc boys, and the biggins, and you can see how much you get. So it's very cheap, everything. Yeah, the goblin big bosses are for his commander, but you can send them also into demigryph knights, so they perform really well also against demigryph knights. Oh, and yeah, the goblin wolf rider will finish off every routing unit, the routing units, and yeah, try to find a gap to get in between the backline. And yeah, I as I said, I pick Wurzak. I would not bring him on the Warboss, so I would bring him by foot, so he cannot. He's not a large unit. Also, he don't count as a large unit, so I think it is the better way. Yeah, in this case, the Arachnarok Spider made no difference because his handgunners, he has 4 of them, focused the Arachnarok Spider really fast out. But I think it can be really good if you take care of her, and yeah. So my opponent, I think this was a really good build. So the Swordsman perform in fact good. Also the Flagellants, also the Halberdiers. But I think 2 units of Cannoneers, handgunners were too much. But I'm not sure what is the best build for Empire against Greenskin. So thank you, and as I said, when you have would like to send me a replay or something like that, I will try to cast it, and yeah. So thank you, and see you next time.